I'm Chris with Carnival Cruise Yaks, and this is episode 170 of Yakety-Yak straight from the Yak's mouth. John Heald, Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador, posts on his Facebook page where you can ask him questions. He answers the questions. We read the questions. And there's a lot of questions. And we take the cool, the funny, the weird, the myths, the lies, and we put them here for you. So on today's episode, we have some duplicating topics with different questions. So the first two are passport questions. Is Carnival doing away with birth certificates and going to passports only? And do I need a passport for Jamaica? How do you play the deck games on deck 11 on the Venezia? And I'm on a back-to-back. Do I have to wait till 1:30 to get back in my room? And I'm on a back-to-back. How does the digital debarkation process work?
And this is straight from the Yak's mouth.
Alright, question one. This cruiser has heard that Carnival will be doing away with allowing birth certificates and a driver's license to go on a cruise, and everyone must get a passport, and they wanted to know, is it true? John said, please ignore the rumors. They're completely unfounded. That said, I say get a passport because it's so much easier. God forbid you're at a port in a different country, which most of them go to, and you somehow get left behind because you decided to book a excursion outside of your cruise line and you don't make it back to the ship. Well, enjoy your new country for a little while until you get to the U.S. consulate and they give you a temporary passport or visa to get back to the United States. Just get a passport. Seriously, it's so much easier. And some of the ports have a passport line to get off, or I'm sorry, the embarkation ports have a passport line to get off and have a birth certificate and driver's license. And that line is normally hugely different. The passport one goes way quicker. Question two. Speaking of passports, like I said, this cruiser just read that you now need a passport to get off the ship in Jamaica and wanted to confirm this was true. See previous answer. John said, again, this is entirely incorrect and people just keep spreading misinformation. So that's why he does this, to help with the questions and get an actual answer. So if you like cruising, I would recommend getting a passport, but you can still use your birth certificate and driver's license. Speaking of like, if you like what you see and you enjoy cruising content, please like and subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. All right, question three. This cruiser wanted to know, on behalf of an 11-year-old, if they can put instructions on how to play the games on deck 11 of the Carnival Venezia. She believes they're referring to the bocce balls and the Chinese checkers. John said, hell, that makes perfect sense, and he shall see what he can do. 11-year-old or not, I don't know how to play either of those things. Well, bocce balls, I got a good idea, but Chinese checkers, not so much. I think a nice little instruction thing, something on the wall just to show how to play the game, that'd be pretty cool. So, great idea from the 11-year-old. Question four. This cruiser has a back-to-back cruise coming up. It was wondering on the turnaround day, can they go right to their room or do they have to wait till 1:30? They are actually staying in the same cabin. John said you can stay in your room if you wish, but don't forget, you still have to go to the terminal for the mandatory U.S. immigration check and then back to the ship to collect your new cabin key, but you don't have to wait till the 1:30 to go back to the cabin. There you go. Last question. Speaking of back-to-backs, like I said, they just come in bunches. This cruiser asked how the digital disembarkation or debarkation process works for those that are doing a back-to-back. John said it is a very simple process. At the end of the debarkation, you will be escorted to guest services by the crew member to the terminal and, aforementioned, U.S. immigration check, and then go ahead and get your key and get right back on the ship. So, technically speaking, you're the first one back on the ship. if it's got not a pig in anchors, the frog bar. Why am I blanking? Excuse me. Liz?
Red Frog.
Red Frog Pub Bar. Go there and you could be the first person. Sometimes they'll take a picture and put you on the wall. So that's been episode 170 of Yakety-Yak. Thanks for watching. Please take care.